we have now gotten a little bit more information about the creator program that Hearthstone is putting together. And this is pretty exciting because this is the first time in Hearthstone's history, in 8 years since the game has been out, or over 8 years at this point, where creators will have more of an actual answer and place to find where they can get answers on how to get benefits or get more for creating content. Before I jump in, I just want to thank the wonderful people over on my coffee page who are supporting me. And if you want to also support, you can find all of that information in the description below. Now, community manager Alkali Lake was just on the Angry Chicken podcast, and I will link that below for you as well if you want to go watch all of the more in depth discussion that they had. But here I'm just going to give you the kind of rundown and the most important things that they talked about. The big thing that Alkali really tried to hit home with and reiterate was that this creator program is being designed with a variety of creators in mind, meaning people who have been creating content from the very beginning, all the way to people who are new and just starting with their content creation. And it will also focus and give an incentive, motivation, inspiration, encouragement, all of that to creators of different game modes, which I think is probably one of the biggest factors of this creator program because, again, as I mentioned, Hearthstone has been out for over 8 years now and has been putting more and more game modes into the game itself, which means it's not just really a single game anymore. I mean, it's multiple games within one game client. And with that, you're going to have creators who maybe play a variety, maybe play more than one, but you're also going to have creators who only play one specific mode. And with a creator program focused on multiple game modes and helping creators who are in those various modes, it's also going to encourage people to actually create content for the various modes, which I think is fantastic. No hard details were given, but one big thing that I know people want to know, when is it coming? And Alkali said that it will be coming around the next expansion launch, which means that will be around August of this year in 2022. That's pretty soon. It feels very far away, but relatively it's soon. Now, she also did say that the kind of main home or hub for this creator program is all going to be found through the Play Hearthstone website. So there's going to be, like an FAQ section so people can find the question, most common questions that they'll have. There's going to be a way to apply for the program. And she also did state that there will have to be some kind of minimum requirements. She did suggest that you still apply even if you don't meet all of the requirements, because again, this program is really focused on giving people these opportunities and encouraging people no matter where they're at in their content creation journey. And especially if there are special circumstances or you feel like you have something to offer that maybe they haven't done before. And one example that she gave was the creator Superblindman getting an opportunity to participate in the Voyage to the Sunken City Theorycraft as a blind content creator. It's the first time that Hearthstone has worked with the blind community or brought in and really showcased the variety of creators like that. So she really recommended, even if you don't meet the kind of minimum requirements number wise, she recommends still applying because they are going to be really looking at things more on a case by case basis. She did say there's going to be kind of a variety of some minimum stats and minimum requirements, things like minimum followers or your consistency with posting content, as well as stats or just different benchmarks. And she did emphasize as well, they do want to work with creators from different areas, different platforms. So that doesn't mean that you won't be accepted into the program if you don't stream on Twitch. If you have a great following on Twitter or you only focus on another platform such as YouTube or TikTok, then if you kind of meet the other requirements, it sounds like you will still have opportunities. So you don't have to be a big streamer. You don't have to be publishing all these grand videos, but this is going to be a good thing for a lot of creators. And with that as well, she does state that there are going to be different tiers. So there's going to be a couple of different like levels and tiers that are going to come with this. And she said it makes a lot of sense to do it that way because there are going to be such a variety of creators across the different game modes, across their time doing content, and also just based on their modes and things as well. Because she gave an example of someone who's been playing and creating content since Hearthstone came out versus somebody who might be newer, or maybe they've just started doing mercenaries content that is a mode that's only been out for less than a year, as opposed to something like standard that has been around for basically the entirety of Hearthstone's lifespan. It's really interesting that they will be looking at all of those different factors, and I think that is a huge benefit for creators. So if you are somebody who does focus on only one mode or a certain couple of modes, maybe not the main or typical modes that you see creators doing, then this sounds like it might be a great opportunity. And I love that she's announcing this now, because since we kind of now know a time frame, hey, this is going to be coming out around August. If you might want to apply, if you've been kind of doing some content, now is when I would definitely recommend you start working on your consistency the most. I have a feeling that that is going to be one of the big things that they really look at. Maybe you only have 1,000 followers on your platform, but you post something 2 times a week, and maybe somebody has 10,000 followers, but they post once a month. They probably, it sounds like, are going to be leaning towards the people who are more consistent and trying to give them opportunities and help them out. So definitely recommend starting to get your consistency and practicing your content and working on getting your content out more consistently starting now if you want to apply when that launches. Now, of course, one of the other big things that a lot of people are going to want to know about is the perks and benefits as a creator. From what Alkali was saying, it sounds like the kind of base of this creator program is that it's going to provide a space for people to meet other creators and basically actually get advice, get direction on how to level up their content, how to grow. And I think that is something that a lot of creators really need and would benefit from, myself included. When I was starting out, I kind of had to just figure things out and start looking around, do some research, watch somebody else's YouTube video on just how to make a video and then try to convert it for this content. But having a community where you can chat with other Hearthstone creators specifically, get tips and ideas and growth, make those connections is seriously a huge thing. That is what is sounding like the basis of this program, and kind of going up from there, there's going to be tiers like she said. So I'm kind of imagining like, that pyramid where you have this base level of that connection, that kind of a resource, and then from there you'll be able to build up kind of your perks and benefits. And she said, for example, if you have applied and you've gotten accepted to the creator program, essentially that means you meet their requirements. You have what they're looking for, and you're going to be able to get things like codes to give away to your community. And she doesn't want people to have to question that. Like, hey, I'm a creator, I'm in this program, am I gonna get a code? No, there's not going to be any of that. It's going to be a very like, hey, you are in the program. These are kind of the base things that you'll be getting. And then she said, kind of as you go from there, as you level up, maybe you meet certain more requirements in kind of the next tier and beyond codes to give away. That's when you can start having opportunities such as the theory crafting or card reveals. That's like a bigger one that a lot of people look for. So it really does sound like there's going to be more and more with the different types of creators and how far they are in their content creation journey. They will have various levels, but it does sound like they're at least creating that kind of base level minimum where if you are part of it, you know what you'll get. Whereas right now, it's kind of just a free for all. You don't know. Maybe you'll get something. Maybe you'll get an invite to something. Maybe you won't. Who knows? And I know a lot of communities as well for people who are supporting the content creators. There's always comments on things like, oh, I'm so glad so and so creator got to finally do a card reveal, or they finally got to be part of the Theorycraft, or we finally saw wilds in the Theorycraft. And so I know this is something that even the community who watches the creators are really excited to see the people they support in these roles and get those perks and rewards that they feel the creators deserve. So I think overall, this is sounding like a fantastic thing for both the creators and the community. I'm not sure exactly what everything is going to involve. We might not really get a lot of details until much closer to the launch of it around August. But right now, they've already started doing things like the stream overlays or like a cam border that you can use. And I will also link that in the description. So again, if you want to start leveling up your content, you want to start doing that, then you can have access to that. And in the future, you don't have to be part of the creator program to have access to things like that. Those tools, those resources will be free to anyone who wants to use them, not just people in the creator program. So that's definitely a step in a positive direction. Lastly, one big thing is that she did say they are kind of testing this in a few regions. Various regions have different community managers. So it's not just one community manager across the whole world. There's a whole team of community managers across all of the regions. So they will be kind of testing this and launching it in a few regions to begin with. And kind of over time, as it grows and as they do more testing, it will start to open up to more regions. So that's going to be something that maybe based on your region might not be available initially. And I guess I will just also take this opportunity for myself to also say thank you to all of those who have been supporting me on my journey so far. I can't wait for more to come, including this creator program. If there are other creators who would love to work with me, maybe we can do some collaborations, some crossover type content. Get a hold of me on Twitter or on Twitch or Discord, and let's start planning some content. Let's help raise each other up, especially ahead of this content creator program, so that we can apply and hopefully be accepted as soon as possible when this launches. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about this creator program in the description below. And if you are looking for even more in-depth content, you can check out this video next.